Hi, I'm Merrick Tomato. Welcome back to Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords for the PC. Now we're going to talk to our crew now that we have our ship back. Just got to find all of them and know where they are. Let's talk to Bowdur, I guess.
General, need something?
Really, you don't have to call me General.
Sorry, guess I can't get my head out of the past.
I was wondering what you've been doing since the war ended.
I moved around for a couple years. Working as a starship mechanic got me from place to place. I wasn't ready to settle down after the war.
During my exile, I did much the same thing.
Bet you understand my restlessness. Though the war had ended, I couldn't find peace in anything. As long as I kept moving, I didn't have to think about what happened. Know what I mean?
Only too well.
I'm sure you do. I decided I'd do something constructive. I wanted to make up for the things I'd done in the war. I wanted to design planetary shields, but there weren't many systems with the credits to spare. There was more that needed to be rebuilt and protected. I found out that Telos was going to be the flagship project for the Republic, and it sounded like something good. I saw Telos before the Sith raised it. It deserved a better fate. But Zerka ruined everything. I thought I could force Zerka out on my own, but I guess I can't fix everything myself.
It's good to have you around again.
It's good to be working with you again, General. Something else I can help you with?
Where did you pick up the remote, anyway?
That old thing? I built him when I was a kid. Been following me around for years now, despite what I've done to try and chase him off. Hey, just kidding. I'm happy to have you around.
What does it do other than follow you around?
He helps me out with repairs. I outfitted him with a cutting laser and some other tools for delicate modifications. He's also good for singeing the pants of annoying techs. I've been thinking about doing some other work on him, but I barely have time. Too busy fixing up the ship. Something else I can help you with?
What's your opinion on the Telos situation?
If the Republic would just rein Zerka in, there'd be no problem. But as long as Zerka is allowed to undermine the Ithorians' efforts, Telos will remain dead. I can't see my work being used by those bloodsuckers. But there's nothing I can do about it, so let's talk about something else. Something else I can help you with?
How'd you lose your arm, anyway?
I got tired of it. Kept dropping my hydro spanner. Figured I'd get a new one.
Yeah? Bet that was fun.
I was only kidding. Actually, it was a souvenir from Malachor. I was lucky it was all I lost. But at least it gave me something to do, right? Everyone always said I was probably half machine anyway. Something else I can help you with?
What are you doing?
Just working on the ship. I'm not sure who got her up and running, but I'm amazed she's even space-worthy. Whoever made these repairs doesn't think like most mechanics. But don't worry, I'll get everything in shape.
You do that, Bao. Workbench. There's T3 doing his thing. Hyperdrive seems fine. Handmaiden. Hello.
Yes?
What are you doing?
I am training, so that if danger should strike, my body and my reflexes will be prepared. That, and I had forgotten how long hyperspace travel can be. If I do not have something to focus my attention on, I fear my sanity will erode as well.
This was, in fact, not Terra Strong. This is Grey Griffin, / Grey Delisle. Could you teach me some fighting moves?
Training is something reserved for certain caste members of the Echani, but I do not see the harm in instructing you in some basic principles. I do not understand how you and Atris fight, but I will instruct you on how Echani children are raised on warfare.
I am not a child.
All Echani fighting principles rely on foundations. If one does not understand the most basic of fighting moves, it is not possible to understand the higher tiers. It is similar to learning the alphabet of a language before being able to use words, then sentences.
I understand. I'm ready.
As a foundation, I will instruct you in our elementary movements. The body itself is the first weapon you must master. It is not something that can be described. Let us duel, you and I, and that shall teach you more than my words can. Use only your hands and feet to strike at me, nothing else, or our combat shall be over. Do not resort to using any items or any force techniques you may possess. Such things will obstruct learning.
Alright, no force powers, weapons, or items. Got it.
Very well. I shall match my movements to resist your efforts. And do not hold back, or I will hurt you.
Whoa! Was not expecting her to have black lingerie. Seems that might be a little more for you too much for you to handle, Handmaiden.
You fought well indeed. You have caught the principles of the style by watching and anticipating my movements. Before you go, there is something I must know. Why did you go back? Face trial.
To let them look upon me and see what war was, and how much hatred I had for them.
I see. But I feel I understand what you felt. To go to war, and then return to be judged by those who had not.
Forget it. I had some other questions.
You may ask.
Did Atris ever mention me?
She said you betrayed the Jedi by going to war when it was forbidden to you. You turned on your masters, your teachings, and yourself.
Forget that other questions.
You may ask.
Do you have a name?
Before entering Atris's service, yes, I carried a name, as all the children of the Ichani do.
What was it?
It is not important. My title and rank is of consequence, not my name. I take value in Atris's service, not in myself.
You should take value in yourself as well.
We all have value in our oaths to others, and the promises we make. When we make that pledge, we are pledging ourselves to something greater. When importance is placed on the self, then by such acts the galaxy is unmade.
Do you think that I lost myself when I disobeyed the Jedi?
I do not know. That is a question you must ask yourself.
Right now, the only question I'm asking myself... I had some other questions. None of these seem like they'll get our relationship up.
You may ask.
Why are you called the Handmaidens?
We attend Atris. It is the duty of all of us, from the first of my sisters to me, the last of the Handmaidens.
You are the last of them.
I am the last of the Handmaidens. This is correct. I train so that one day that will no longer be true.
Your skill is impressive, as is your devotion to your training.
That is not entirely correct. There are times I am distracted. Perhaps once having known the ways of the Jedi, you may understand what occupies my thoughts.
What do you mean?
There is much knowledge on Telos, and only one of the Jedi remain. There is so much about their ways of battle, their forms, their stances, that may be lost forever if the last of the Jedi is taken from the galaxy.
When the methods to inflict violence on others is limited, it weakens us all.
I know your meaning, but I have not been clear on mine. Stance, form, discipline are a means of expression and communication. They speak one's heart and one's devotion to their cause.
I agree, it shows how far you're willing to go for your goals.
It was to the Jedi traitor Malak. It was to the Jedi traitor Revan. When Terrace was destroyed, it showed Malak's heart through its execution and intent. It was brutal, without finesse, but showed his commitment to defeat the Jedi. Yet with Revan, there was the same commitment, but it was a subtle thing, like weaving threads in a tapestry or strokes upon a canvas. He spoke through battle and tactics in a way one could never do in words. He showed his heart at Malachor V, and finally, at the end of the Jedi Civil War. I believe he was speaking to Malak in that final battle, though few knew it.
The Force drove Revan to do what needed to be done, and that is all.
But to say that seems an untruth, based on what I know of the Jedi. The Force can drive others, but there is still choice, is there not? If there is no choice in the Force, then our teachings and our actions are for nothing, and I refuse to believe that is true.
Revan turned on Malak, once a friend, and killed him.
What stronger display than death for conveying one's sense of being betrayed by one's own student? Revan's anger must have been great indeed. I would have wished to have been there for that final exchange, and seen the truth of their conflict with each other.
Forget it, I had other questions.
You may ask.
What else do you have to say? I would like to return to the Academy on Telos.
It is not possible to dock at the Academy without the proper codes.
Do you have them?
Yes, but I could not give them to you.
Forget it, I had other questions.
You may ask.
What are you doing?
I am training, so that if danger... That, and I had forgotten.
Okay. You could always play Pazak with Atten.
What do you mean, Pazak? What, again?
No, I do not trust him.
Look, I don't think anyone here trusts each other.
That is untrue. You and the Iridonian trust each other. Or at least the Iridonian trusts you. We heard much of the Iridonian when we served Atris. Atris believed that the Iridonian held the knowledge to restoring Telos.
Is that why Atris was siphoning power to the Telos Academy?
The reasons for such siphoning of power are complicated, and I do not know all the answers. But there is something greater being achieved. The teachings at the Academy must be preserved, even if it draws strength from Telos.
Atris thought Bowdur was the key to saving Telos.
Yes. His skill with machines is something beyond which most can aspire to. His shield technology surpasses the designs of even the most skilled of Echani power architects. I do not realize if you know what it means to have such a one respect and follow you. The Iridonian allied himself with no one on the entire world of Telos, yet he will follow you at the risk of his life. His stance, in many ways, mirrors yours. Where he walks, he carries a world upon his shoulders, and like you, I do not know if he has ever faced it.
You'd never maybe you'd like to explain why Atris is siphoning power to the Telos Academy.
The reasons for such siphoning of power are complicated, and I do not know all the teachings at the...
Okay.
I do... His...
You'd never understand hidden away in your academy listening to some Shutta who never fought in the wars.
I see. Forgive my words. They were poorly chosen.
It's just difficult to describe to someone who wasn't there.
The Mandalorian Wars were like that for many. Many returned, who could not tell of their experiences in a way that could bring meaning to them.
Forget it, I had some other questions.
You may ask.
Do you think you could put some clothes on?
It does not seem to bother you.
Yeah, well, I can walk around like this if I want to. This is my ship. Dark side influence gained. Yes! I'm gonna put my clothes on now. Maybe then I can get her to put her suit back on. Shall she equip?
Yes?
Do you think you could put some clothes on?
I fail to understand the problem. I had heard the Coreward systems had customs concerning modesty, but when training, such customs are not practical or efficient.
I disagree. In fact, if you don't train well encumbered, you're crippling yourself.
I can see no fault in your reasoning. I do have bulkier clothes. Will this do?
Those look like Jedi robes.
They suffice for training purposes. They belong to my mother.
They belong to your mother? Who was she?
She was the one my father followed to war. She was a Jedi. These are her robes. I have not worn them since they came into my possession. They are the only thing of her that I possess.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I think you misunderstand. I have no feelings concerning her at all. There is only curiosity. I never knew her. There is no absence of presence when there was nothing there to begin with. I miss only that I never knew her at all, and what it was about her that caused my father to follow her to war.
Forget it. Never mind. I'll be going. No! No, no! Not the light side! Curse it! No! I'm sure I'll be able to get more dark side points talking to the people on the ship, though. Kreia. Alright, let's get this over with.
How many more do we intend to gather to us? This ship is not the galaxy. There is only so much room.
Only as many as I need, and then only as many as will sacrifice themselves to me.
Then prepare for an army, I think, for it seems many more will come in time. They will follow you because you are a leader. Their kind always needs such, even when the figure deserves no such obedience.
I deserve such obedience from them and you.
You deserve nothing, but you have earned such obedience, yes. They are tools, you are right. More than you know. I am not blind. I see what they see, hear their voices when they speak to you, and notice the change when they speak to others.
Does the fact that they obey me upset you?
I know many things, and I know what I am not. I am no leader. I speak with a voice that will never move others. I speak with a passion that goes unheard. They obey you because you are a leader, and perhaps something more. Have you noticed what has been happening? Have you felt it in them?
I've noticed their behavior is changing. Atten especially.
The fool dances in your shadow for your favor. The woman, she worships you. The alien obeys you. Even within the machines, there are echoes. Watch them carefully, see their patterns, and recognize the strength in it. Influence can be a weapon, one that you may need before your journey is done.
You have a point. I will reflect upon this.
Good, and then act upon it. It is a powerful tool to motivate others. That was Revan's way, I believe. It was a strength.
What do you mean?
Have you never asked yourself how Revan took the Republic and Jedi beneath him, how he made them his?
He was a powerful presence. There was little one did not believe when he spoke it with conviction.
Ah, but to make officers turn on their own people, to bomb innocent worlds, to make pacts. Strong influence, indeed. And where did these Sith teachings come from? And why did Revan embrace them so strongly? So many questions, yet the answers are few.
They came from the Sith Empire.
Oh, did they? No. Revan met no Sith Empire, yet he learned their teachings. Many have mistaken the soldiers beneath Revan, the machines that were constructed to be the Sith. They are wrong. The Sith is a belief, and what Revan formed was not an empire, but something else. Yet how he did it is curious. And I suspect the answer to that question is tied to another. How was Revan able to corrupt so many so quickly?
Do you have any ideas?
Not a one. But we shall see where our journey takes us, I think. And see how many answers we come across, yes.
I had other questions.
Ask, and I will answer.
Do you know Atris at all?
Atris herself is not as familiar to me as perhaps she should be. Yet I feel I know her, yes.
What do you mean?
Because Atris's path is one I walked long ago, and it is a chapter of my life that has been read and closed. She has taken the first steps, I think. We shall see. Surely you felt the righteous anger, the spoken judgments, the lack of forgiveness.
You walked her path?
I was a historian once, gathering the relics of the Jedi, learning the ancient mysteries. always there were more questions. One quickly learns that the Jedi Code does not give all the answers. If you are to truly understand, then you will need the contrast, not adherence to a single idea. That is why Atris and the others blamed me, sentenced me. They believed me responsible for Revan's fall.
You knew Revan?
You have already asked much. I do not wish to speak of this any longer.
I had other questions.
Ask, and I will answer.
The Council cast you out. How come Atris and none of the Jedi Masters mentioned you?
Ignorance. And perhaps they do not remember or care. It is of no consequence to me or to them.
You're lying.
Am I? Then perhaps you should know. There are techniques in the Force where one can cloud the memory of others, make their presence so small as to be unnoticed. And on the worlds where we have encountered these Jedi, there is much life and death where sensing such things is difficult. As I said, it is of no consequence to me or to them.
Do you use that technique on me?
No, but if I did, you would never know. So my words only carry as much worth as you believe them to. But perhaps you will understand this. That perhaps it is important to me that you see me and my actions uncloaked. It is important that your judgments, whether be good or bad, stem from seeing me as I truly am.
I accept that, and I trust you, Kreia.
I did not ask you to trust me, only that you listen to what I have to tell you. But thank you.
Never mind, I'll be going now. Yes, the dark side is strong! Alright, let's talk to Atten. Actually, let's work on our pet project a bit first, if we can find our pet project. Initialize the control cluster. Alright, we need, I think, only 2 or 3 more pieces, and we'll have HK back. Hey, Atten, how you doing, dude?
Something up?
I had some questions for you.
Alright. What did you want to know?
Can you explain where you got your Ikani training?
Huh? What are you talking about?
When we entered the Telos Academy, you dropped into an Ikani combat stance.
Oh, that. Don't tell anyone, but you wouldn't believe how many fights you can prevent by just pretending to know that stuff. I mean, it doesn't compare to wearing a lightsaber, but then again, that doesn't seem to help you much.
I don't have a lightsaber. Don't change the subject.
Yeah? So what? I don't ask any dumb questions about your past, despite the fact that it keeps throwing us into life-threatening situations. Want to know why? I figure if you ever want to tell me something, you will. So give me the same respect, alright?
I'm not accusing you. I just want to know if you've got any other useful skills. You could be a real asset with the combat training.
Well, hey, thanks. But you've got the wrong guy. I'm good at shooting people, cracking wise, and pretending to know how to fight with my hands.
I had some other questions for you.
Alright, what did you want to know?
Nothing. Influence gained and lost. Alright. So I don't know what the net gain of that was. Let's go to the galaxy map. Or I guess... let's go back to Telos. It occurs to me we do still have a few people we need, a few bounties. A lot of bounties, actually, we need to we need to complete. Just gotta figure out how to leave my ship. Okay, I'm on the right track. Good. Get lost on my own ship. Greatest Jedi in the galaxy. I'm taking Atten, and I'm taking our new acquisition, the Handmaiden. Let's go. Oh, she's leveled up.
I'm here.
Auto level up. Handmaiden's robe. Okay, I guess we'll keep that. Gel shaped perception gloves. Lornan implant. Akani shield. Arcanian energy shield. Immunity belt. Handmaiden staff. 2 to 12. You like that kind of sword, eh? Okay. So 3 to 17. You get the Sith sword. You're good. And I'm good. I'm not holding weapons. Let's fix that. Okay. Hatton, hurry up. We're locking the door. Now, how do we continue our bounty hunting missions? Should we talk to the SCF, whatever they are? The cops? Batono!
So you've returned.
That's it? Aren't you gonna put me under arrest?
While I was disturbed that you chose to defy our orders and obtain transport off Citadel Station, the matter has since been closed. It was the decision of Republic authorities that your testimony would no longer be necessary, and thus you'd be allowed to go. But as we discovered, you had already left. In some ways, it was lucky for us, avoiding a possibly embarrassing situation.
Why would the Republic change their minds like that?
Why does the Republic do anything? The head doesn't know what the feet are doing. The hands don't even know they've got fingers, let alone where they are. My opinion, they probably performed their independent investigation and figured it wasn't your fault. Anyways, you should just be glad I decided to overlook the fact you escaped arrest.
Well, thanks for that.
Yeah. And if there's nothing else, I've got a job to do.
I'd like to talk to you about the bounties.
What is it?
Found some information about Batu Rem.
The real Batu Rem? Or the assassin Batu Rem?
The assassin Batu Rem.
Oh, what is it?
He arrived from Nar Shaddaa aboard an unmarked transport in Docking Bay 3.
Docking Bay 3. More suspicious activity from Zerka's private dock. If only we had something more concrete, I could launch a full-scale investigation. But Nar Shaddaa? Sounds like you've made some powerful enemies. Here's the reward for the information. And if you find out anything else about Batu, real or fake, let me know.
I'd like to talk to you about another bounty.
What is it?
I have some information about the escaped criminals.
What have you discovered?
The criminals made a deal with Janna Lorso to be smuggled to restoration zones.
Damn that woman. Do you have any proof?
I killed them.
I see. And where and when did you kill them?
After I overheard the deal they made with Lorso in the Zerka offices, I confronted them. When they tried to run, I chased them down and killed them.
That fits with what we gathered from witnesses, and the few security recordings we could find. Though I'm embarrassed we let the criminals escape, I'm glad you found them. Here it is. I think you'll find the amount more than adequate. The TSF once again thanks you for your cooperation.
Nice! Ballistic shielding. And we're gonna hit up the black market, and then we're probably going to head out from Telos, probably for a long while. Actually, see if there's anyone in the cantina who has anything interesting for us. You!
So, you're back.
What can you tell me about Zerka?
What's there to say? We're the only corporation with a branch on Citadel Station. If this whole Telos thing...
Telos thing? You mean planet restoration?
Yeah, it's a long shot considering the state of the Republic these days. Still, if it works out, the Republic may decide to start restoring other war-torn worlds. At least, that's what Zerka...
Okay. Tell me about Lorsa. I'll be going. He has nothing new to say, so it's no point talking to him. Let's see if Jen Lawson's angry at us. I imagine she would be after we essentially turned her into the cops. Hello, my black market buddy. What do you got? Special reserves. Exchange Shadowcaster. I'll take it. Let me shop. Yeah, nothing really interesting. Let's see how Zerka's doing. Those bastards. John Alorso! Come for your head.
Welcome back.
What do you have to say about the Athorians' complaints?
I can understand why you might be on their side, but believe me, you wouldn't be doing Telos any favors assisting those amateurs. I'm sure. Habat's intentions are good enough, but good intentions won't restore Telos. His expensive policy of relocating biological specimens from Onderon without any planning will doom Telos in the end. I don't think Habat even realizes that at their current pace, they will run out of funding before even half of the restoration zones are up and running. Zerka plans to use some of the planet's own resources to help fund the restoration. These extra funds will greatly improve the project in the long run. Habat, on the other hand, can't see beyond his own selfish concerns.
I'll be going now. Alright, that seems to be everything worth doing on Telos at the moment until we can find a new source of fuel. So let's get back to our ship and get to Nar Shaddaa. You can go to Dantooine or Nar Shaddaa for next after this. You can go anywhere you want. That's available on the planet map, but we're going to go to Nar Shaddaa first. Just because we've been to Dantooine last game, and I like Nar Shaddaa. So. Nar Shaddaa is my favorite planet in Star Wars. Not the first time we visited it either. We saw it in Dark Forces 1 and 2, Outcast, and I think Jedi Academy. No, I think we went to Bespin in that one. Can't remember if we went to that planet in Jedi Academy. What are you?
Don't you ever give it a rest?
Kung Fu!
Fine, don't mind me. I just need to get some stuff from the cargo hold.
You know the first tier of styles, but you're holding back because I am unarmed. Tell me where you were trained.
What can I say? I'm a quick study.
You lie. Few know the Echani styles by reflex.
Oh yeah? Guess you saw a lot of the world while you were freezing your cargo hold off in the Ice Academy. Didn't you, sister? Next time I walk in here, I'm carrying a blaster. Oh yeah, one other thing. Don't think I haven't noticed the way you've been sparring with our ex-Jedi friend. This isn't some pleasure yacht. So if I did know all the Achani movements, I might know more than just the first tier, including the etiquette rituals. So keep your hands where I can see them.
Fool.
Shut up.
Right, can you all just get along at least a bit, please? Hi, thanks for watching. This has been played and recorded by me, Merrick D'Amato. The art was by Rafael Agrona. You can find a link to their commission page in the description below. And if you like this video and want to see more like it, like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you all next time. Ciao!